We asked you to pick out some of the highlights of the cultural calendar of 2018. There have been a lot, haven't there? What are some of your favourites, James?
Well, I was a bit on the spot to make the list in the first place, let alone now to pick out some of the highlights. But there have been with all of them, they're just little examples of what's going on in the scene. And so when you look at some amazing things like Mira Royal winning the Young Folk Musician Award at the BBC, that's amazing. And it wasn't just her, also Tom Collister and Adam Rhodes won their Horizon Award at the same event live on BBC Radio 2. And they're just some of the musicians which are out there doing their thing, and that's just the music scene. This is just the tip of a very, very large iceberg.
And we should say as well, Jamie Smith, of course, local resident in Allow, the band Allow, and I think they were nominated or shortlisted, weren't they, for an award for one of their songs as well. And these things, moments like that, only serve to promote the island and our talent much further afield, which is fantastic, isn't it?
Absolutely, and it's not just, of course, music is so much more than just a few tunes or just a few musicians. It's about who we are, and that it's Manx music. It's a part of who we are, what this island is all about, and just these musicians going out, it makes people wonder what's going on. And I think someone said it on the BBC at the time of what's going on in the Isle of Man, where's this great music coming from? We'll have to all go there. To which I'm like, yeah, you will.
We're talking about cultural positives of 2018. I just wonder, and I don't want to put you on the spot here again, but when it comes to defining culture, how do you go about doing that? What does it mean?
Well, it's quite a nice one because it's a tricky problem, like what is culture? But we kind of point to things, and so it's culture for me is what people do, and so people, as soon as people stop doing a thing, it's dead, and it can just go and sit in a museum shelf somewhere. But of course, things like the Manx language, Manx music, Manx dancing, the tales we tell, the songs we sing, our accents, everything about it which makes us Manx. All of this are things which people do, and this is something which makes us feel more proud to be Manx. And hearing people speak with a Manx accent, hearing a Manx song we recognise, telling stories we recognise, all of these are things which we all see as, yes, that's me.
And how much is this culture then, or this idea of culture, rooted in the past, and how much has it evolved to bring it up to date?
Well, culture's always up to date. Culture's never old, as it were. It's we can look at things which are very old. Some of the songs and music are very old. They go back as far as memory will tell us. But they are our songs, and we sing them how we sing them. And you look at people like Clash Bua, who just had an album out very recently. They're doing crazy things with traditional Manx music. They're singing Manx Gaelic, but they're doing it in a jazz style or in a gypsy jazz sort of style, and all crazy things. I don't really know what's going on there, and that's what's so great. We shouldn't know what's going on. We shouldn't listen to music or language and be like, oh, I know what's happening.
And one of the really encouraging things as well is how involved the young people of the island are getting in the language and the music as well. I know, for instance, that the folk awards are very well attended. There's all kinds of Manx language books for children coming out as well. We've talked about the Joe Davis one, the colouring book, and you've brought something with you today as well, haven't you? Just tell us about this book, James.
Yeah, it came out just days ago, this lovely Manx alphabet book. And it's the sort of thing which we know we need to do more of, which is not... the language is not a part of the Isle of Man just for speakers. The language is for all of us. Whether we're fluent speakers and we can happily transfer between the two languages, it doesn't matter. It's a part of who we are, and it's a part of this culture. And just allowing people a way to enjoy that with their children or with their family is lovely. And we'll see it in the new generation. You can see the different attitudes to the language, and those who are coming up from below really get it.